Hey everybody, welcome back to Ryan Makes Sense, where we talk personal finance, investing, and chart analysis. We do have Airbnb earnings today. I want to go ahead and see if the stock deserves to be at 160. Is it overvalued? Is it undervalued? What are hedge funds and institutions doing? And I want to run my calculation to see if we get a realistic price target for the stock. So let's jump on in. All right. So Airbnb is at 160. I'm just going to go ahead and look for gaps that need to be filled. And I'm just going through older candles to see these gaps can act as magnets. I didn't see any gaps to the upside. Gaps to the downside, let's see. Crap. Um, Gaps to the downside. I mean, here's the gap. This is an example of a gap, but you can see it got filled right up in here. Oh, right here. Here's the gap. 120 is our downside gap. If Airbnb has crap earnings and it does trend lower, we could see it potentially close this gap here. Potentially. If you know me and you know my channel, we do look at the bigger picture here. Airbnb, just rocket, baby. Um, we do have resistance at 180 here that does touch this trend, and then just extending my lines. I've drawn this one before. So we are out of this channel, but I mean we've been out of this channel for this ascending triangle for a while. I'm just gonna draw a couple more lines. Looks like it's in one big ascending triangle. So again, to the downside, we do have 137, 120. 120 was the gap. And then this 139, 130 area, 137 is support. It's acted as support 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Wouldn't be surprised to see it have it for a fifth, like do a little curl, bounce. But none of that matters unless money matters and the finances matter. So strength is at an all-time high. This is good for the bulls. The momentum looks choppy to the upside. Money flow looks like it has consolidated over the last 6 months, almost 5 months. And the relative momentum is obviously pointing up. So these are all bullish things. Sales to the bill, look at just up and to the right. EPS up and to the right. Shares outstanding did go from 592 million to 638 million. So a little bit of dilution there, 46 million in dilution. Price earnings is 22. 4P is 31. Sales over the past 5 years, 27%. It's pretty good. They are profitable. Their gross margins are 70%. Every $100 they spend, they get 170 back. Am I saying that right? I think so. I'm losing it. Uh, okay, this is new to me. Trades? What is that, Finviz? What does trades mean? Okay, anyway, let's run my calculation here. They have a market cap of 101,470,000,000. If you're asking how I got this calculation, I used to work for a micro small cap company. We had regulators come in. Every 100 million in sales was equivalent to $1 in stock. $1. And I add the market cap to the equation just because that's where big money comes in. So we do have this plus 4,790,000,000 in income plus 9,928,000,000 in sales. I could definitely see them offering a dividend soon. Their profitability is almost 50%. That is insane. Absolutely insane. Let's look at their balance sheet. They have 10 billion in cash plus 10 billion 95 million in cash. 10 billion 95 million. Yes. Total debt is only 2 billion 243 million. All right. Total assets is 20 billion. Total liabilities is 12 billion. That's $8 billion buffer. Not bad. I would like to see that more close to 2 to 1. And then we do have options, exercises. CEO, is he selling? I don't know. CEO and Chairman Brian Chesky, that's right. I mean, he's doing some selling, doing some selling, doing some selling, doing some more selling. I don't think Airbnb has had a big enough dip for the CEO to make purchases other than down here around 89, $90. Um, so yeah, let's bust out this and we're going to divide this by 418,610,000. So this is saying a stock price of $296, which is absolutely insane. That goes way above up there. Is there anyone? 200 for Mizuho. Um, I mean, this company I think is a buy. Um, from a technicals chart standpoint, I could wait, but they have sales of 9.9 billion and their income is 4.7 billion. They're going to be offering a dividend within the next 5 years, guaranteed, guaranteed. Um, just insane. Gross margin 70%, profit margin 48%. I don't know if I own this one, but I think I should start adding to it in my long-term portfolio because holy cow. That is insane. And their debt, it is 2 billion, but they're also slowly paying it off, but I mean they generate more sales that eclipse it. The only other thing I'm concerned about Airbnb is restrictions. So in my local area, Airbnbs are not allowed. And I just read last week Hawaii is looking to ban short-term rentals because it is not favorable for the locals, natives. So a lot of the concern with Airbnb does fall in the realm of politics, which is scary because there could be some law passed tomorrow that could crater the stock. So, yes, I'm going from super bullish to neutral here because as housing becomes harder and harder for people to own, it does open up that possibility of certain cities, areas banning short-term rentals. Like we're seeing with Hawaii. Hawaii could just be the first domino. Um, think of Las Vegas, Airbnb, the casinos run the city. If the casinos say short-term rentals are banned, they have the financial power to lobby and really get behind politicians on that. So, and also like condensed cities like New York. I mean, like, so yeah, that's just my thoughts. I'm neutral on Airbnb. I think if I wanted to become more bullish on Airbnb, purchasing older hotels and renovating those to fit local city standards to have them as individual units or an Airbnb hotel. So If they're already doing that, I'm crazy. But yeah, because I mean, Airbnbs are competing against hotels, but hotels are much different than short-term rentals. Short-term rentals are placed in residential neighborhoods, typically, or out in the middle of nowhere. And so you have people coming and vacationing and partying, not always partying, but doing their once, twice, three, whatever, doing of short events in a neighborhood, which give or take could be positive or negative. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Just doing a lot of thinking out loud on this one. What are institutions and hedge funds doing? So it looks like it is about record levels for institutional and hedge fund ownership for Airbnb. It says institutions own 51%. That is old data. New data says 61%, so about a 10% increase. And again, it's about all-time high, which is what we expect. Um, we do have our BlackRock 26 million shares, Vanguard 33 million. They added 11 million shares. Nathan sold about 2 million. Chesky sold about 6 million. Joseph Gebbia sold about 9 million. Vanguard added 11 million. FMR added 300,000. BlackRock 26 million. So, and SCUS sold about 19 million. Um, so again, institutional ownership is high. But the stock could be facing political, local regulations, which could really affect this stock. I mean, the sales are just incredible. So yeah, it's a niche real estate play, travel. So yeah, it's interesting because there's also a cap. There's only X amount of homes built, and they're building more houses every year. Um, but not everybody's turning them to Airbnbs. We're seeing some pressures in Florida where people are selling their Airbnbs quite a bit. But you also on the other side see people purchasing places to do Airbnbs. So again, a bit of a mixed bag. Um, I think we see a test of all-time highs in the next year or two. But again, it's very sensitive to local jurisdictions. So that's my 2 cents. Um, I don't have this one, I don't think, in my long-term portfolio. Will I get it? I don't know. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the stock. If you made it this far, consider subscribing. Have a great day. If you're in this one, good luck. Adios.